And so it is. Hello, everybody. Because when I said hello this morning, not everybody was in the room. Now was in the room then. So I'm saying hello, everybody, and welcome. It's a joy to be with you on this lovely, lovely day. Bright and beautiful, although it's a little chilly. And that's okay, because that will make sure we don't fall asleep. When you're cold, you know where you are and how you are. So I'm trusting that everybody had a beautiful week and realizing that the weeks go by so very, very quickly. We know there's not much time here on this planet for us to get things done. But there's obviously enough for each and every one of us. For what gets done, gets done. The rest can be carried over. So joyful, joyful is the theme of this month, actually, not just this week. We're called to be the joy that we are. We're called to know that joy is our natural state of being. We are called to be awake and alert and aware, because you can't be joyful if you're not awake, alert, and aware. Things have a way of crawling into our minds and disturbing us and turning us into misery at times. But we mustn't allow that to happen. And if it does, you have to shake it off and return to the core of your being and acknowledge who and what you are. Now, Spirit created each one of us with an overflowing capacity for joy. Each one of us. And you're going to say, well, I know some very miserable people. And I can be very miserable myself at times. And that's true. But it's only because we've forgotten who we are. And we have separated ourselves from our source. We're not in touch with our source. We forgot who we are. So today you and I are asked to please remember who you are. And what you are is the joy of life and expression. That joy will break through the eyes, spread over the face, beam out as uplifting energy wherever we are. And you can always tell by a person's eyes sort of kind of where they are. Some eyes dance, some eyes avert, some eyes are sleepy. Now I wonder, are you aware of your eyes at all in that sense? What do people tell you about your eyes? I love it when my optometrist tells me what healthy eyes I have. When I first heard her say that, I didn't pay much attention to it. But every time I hear her say it now, I'm very grateful. So what are your eyes telling you these days? When did you last look at your eyes? And I don't mean stare into your face. I mean look into your eyes. Because those eyes are maps of your world. I know some blind people whose eyes demonstrate more joy than many a bright-eyed person. That's interesting, I find. Very interesting. Because there is a third eye that we all have. It's an inner eye. And that affects our sighted eyes. What's going on there? It's right between your eyebrows. Of course, you and I are so caught up in the busyment of the embodiment. We're busy all the time. We make ourselves be busy. We keep ourselves busy because busyness helps us to avoid what we could be doing. Busyness helps us avoid taking a good look at ourselves, checking in on ourselves, taking our mental, physical, spiritual, emotional awareness of ourselves into account. Busyment. There are people who could not possibly be still for more than a minute, if that. Always busy. Always busy. The busyment of the embodiment occupying every moment of our days. And yet, on the spiritual path, we're encouraged to take many, many quiet, still moments out in our day. Doing nothing. Just being in the moment now. Just being. Some people don't know what that even means. Just being. Just means being okay with where you are right here and right now, and being present in the moment right here and right now. So that you can know what's going on in you. So that you can feel yourself, feel your essence, feel your energy. And then you can know what kind of energy you want to send out. Some of the most beautiful still beings in this room are the teddy bears. Taking it all in. I know I'm taking my time with this because we rush everything. And we miss so much when we rush everything. Just where are you right now? How did you come into the room? What were you feeling? Where was your mind? All over the place. Where is your mind now? All over the place. It's very difficult for a human being to stay consciously aware of being here now, being here now, being here now, because we have agendas. We have places to go, things to do, stuff to accomplish. And mostly that's where our minds are. Back there or before us there, but rarely in the present moment. Some of the greatest meditations, when you're in any kind of Buddhist group or Vedanta group or Christian group, the meditations are always about being here now, being here now, being here now. Until you get tired hearing of that. Just be here now. Like that's going to get anything done. But I'm wondering what that means to you. What does be here now mean to you? The only place I exist and you exist is in the present moment. Not the moment past and not the moment to come, but in the present moment. That's the only place I can be. Awake and alert and present in. What happens to all of our present moments? Are they galloped through without much focus or awareness? What happens when the pause comes? What's going on in your mind when there's a moment's silence? How easily are you distracted? What happens when you're in a silent moment for more than, a minute? Do we get antsy? Are we thinking, what the hey is going on with her? You're left with yourself in a quiet moment, like this. You're thinking, I didn't come here to feel a little bit antsy or uncomfortable. Do you know the only reason why we're here is to be in the presence of each other, exchanging energies, raising energies by means of what we're thinking. And we can do that better than any other way when we're silent in the company of each other. Because there's nothing getting in the way of us. We're not sitting there thinking, gosh, she's got that's a nice top she's on her today. Oh, who's that coming in late? As soon as somebody comes in the door, I see the heads turn. We're easily knocked off our point of focus. I'm dealing now for myself and all of us with the bread and butter stuff of what it is to be a conscious being. Some of us never get beyond the ABCs. We're like the dog when a squirrel comes by. That dog is really intent on eating its bone or wherever it is, and then all of a sudden, there's a squirrel. And off it goes after the squirrel. Your mind, my mind, is just like that. And how are we going to train our minds? First way to train your mind is to be okay with it as it is right now. Not to judge it, and be okay with it. And then decide, how present to my life do I wish to be? Do I choose to be? Because I'll tell you this. The more present I am to my life, the more joyous my life is. The more I recognize that I can be happy about, joyous about, because I'm in the here and now. In the here and now, back there doesn't bother me, before me doesn't bother me. I'm here now. If nothing else, I'm resting. I have a moment to sit down and rest. You know, it's the same old story since time began. You know, Jesus said to his followers at one time, what did you come to see? What did you come to hear? Who do you think I am? What are you here for? What did you come for? Now, in a more enlightened one of us, we'd be saying, I came to bring something, to give something, to add something, to increase something, to advance something. I came to present my gift. And there's another thing about presenting gifts, isn't there? You know, Jesus said, don't come and present your gifts at the altar if you need to be reconciled with your brother, which means any one of us. Put your gift aside. First go and be reconciled with your brother, and then come and present your gift. Now, you and I don't like hearing stuff like that. That's not fair. I came with a good intention of giving something, presenting my gift. Now you're putting a condition on it. No, we put conditions on ourselves. Now, We have to start honoring ourselves, loving ourselves, appreciating ourselves, knowing who we are. The temple of the Most High, the tabernacle of the Most High, the housing place of the Most High. If only we knew who we really are, well, we wouldn't be on this planet still. We'd have moved on. So that's why we're here, to remind each other that we're more than all that we appear to be, much more than that. And how do we get to that? We stop judging each other. That's how we get to that. We stop judging each other. We start looking for what we can praise in each other. We start looking for what is good about each other. We start looking at each other differently. We start looking at each other as an emanation of the one, infinite intelligence. And as such, as a part of ourselves. That's how we start looking at each other, as a part of myself, as one of those concentric circles in the circle of life. All those circles are concentric circles, which means that you and I touch everything and everyone touches us. Now, I know that's a lot to take in. There are these things that we get every week, a thought for each day, which we have up on, I believe we have up on our wonderful channel. But I'll put them up again today just in case we don't have them. And it's a thought for every day of the week. And the one for today is, a spoonful of humor is the medicine. A spoonful of humor is the medicine. Now, that's the same as somebody once said, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So sometimes you may sing that to yourself when you know you need a spoonful of sugar, which is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up spoon of sugar. It helps you to wake up and remember, good Lord, I am not all of this nonsense that's going on in my head, in my life, and so on. I'm so much more than that. And I can be the moreness that I am if I would just stop all of this going on in the mind. We're supposed to be joyful emanations of spirit. Joyful, joyful, joyful emanations of spirit. And yet, sometimes we all look like there's bottles of vinegar running through our veins instead of blood. Joyful emanations of the one. So for this week, our work is cut out for us. Our homework is to bring joy to the world. And we cannot do that until we become joy in the world, can we? Well, I'm saying all of us are capable of doing this. Don't take it on for the week, take it on for the day, and then move it into the next day. If you can't take it on for the day, take it on for an hour, move it into the next hour, and so on, until you work it up and say, I'll be darned if I'm not going to be a smile on someone's face today. Be the creator of smiles. Yes? Can we do that? Joy to the world and peace be in it. Love will reach the mountain summit. Sing your songs, correct your wrongs, because spirit is within you. Alleluia. See, spirit is within you, and that is your comfort. That is your strength. That is your source. And it never runs dry, and it never refuses you. So we need to put the sourpusses aside for this week, if we can, because there's a world out there on the brink of something that's not very good. And this is the best way you and I can pull it back from the brink. Be the joy in the world that is so healing. Smiles are healing. Kind words are healing. Forgiveness is healing. The decision to stop making judgments about others when we really don't know is healing. Blessing is healing. We bless and we bless and we bless our brother Putin. We bless him. We don't damn him. We bless him. Can we do that this week? I was beginning to get very worried. We can do this and we can do more because that which is within us is greater than that which is in the world. So let's get up off our spiritual derrieres and start being what we came here to be, what we put our hands up and agreed to come here to be. Alive in spirit. Alive in spirit. Say with me, I am alive in spirit. Again. Now say it like you mean it. And so it is. And so it is.